But let me tell you a little bit, guys, about where we are. Right now, I'm down in south side of the country. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am on a 200 acre, almost 200 acre private lake. The best thing that I have going for me right now is that this is a private lake. You can see the boat that I'm fishing in right now. It's set up for spider rig. My whole entire boat, which is set up mainly for crappie. I have been catching crappie all year round now. So listen, I want everybody to understand I'm not some guy with a big 21-foot boat, spend $80,000 on it. I'm your neighborhood guy, the guy next door. Um, Matter of fact, I'm in Stone Mountain. And what I would like to do, because a lot of my friends have been asking me, how in the world are you catching so many crappie in this time of the year? And we're winding down to the bottom side of the summer. It is the second week in August, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a few videos showing you how I chase crappie year round. Everybody knows that you can catch crappie in the spring and you can catch them in the fall. But in actuality, I have been catching them here um, all the way through spring, all the way till technically this week. Matter of fact, this morning we were pulling out some 13, 14-inch crappie. It's just a matter of chasing them. If I spend this much time on the lake, anybody that spends as much time as I do on the lake, you're going to get good at what you do. All I do is strictly look for crappie. I don't like bass. As a matter of fact, bass run me off the lake. Don't really like catching catfish. Sometimes I have to take what the lake can give me, but if crappie aren't biting, I generally don't fool with anything else. Okay? So, we're going to call this segment running forward the crappie hole. Like I said, guys, I'm not a professional. All I do is just chase crappie, and I wanted to put together a video to show some of the people how I chase crappie year round. I know this lake. I grew up on this lake. What I'm going to show you moving forward in different segments of the videos what has worked for me for the last 3 or 4 years that I've been chasing strictly crappie. You can probably take some of these ideas and incorporate them into what you do. Okay. I have my little buddy on the boat, River. He's my sidekick, my dog. And some of the videos you guys will be able to see him. He's my first mate. He always hangs out with me all the time. So moving forward, I'm going to show you guys the type of hooks that I use, because come summer, I had to switch to a number 2 cam action hook, because I noticed that the bites that I was getting on my crappie with my size 1 hook, Arbidine hook, they were stealing my minnow off. So I had to drop down to a smaller hook because they're very temperamental. They were sucking my minnow right off. So I dropped down and my success rate went up by 60-70%. Like I said, this morning we came out. We don't catch that many crappie, but we catch quality crappie. Some people call them hubcaps, some people call them slabs. But what I hope to do is to help a few people out and to show them how I chase these crappie, and it's just a pattern thing. And like I said, every body of water is different. Okay, what I've found that works on this lake, I'll have to tweak it and take it to another lake. This lake here is not a 5,000-10,000 acre reservoir. Again, it's a private lake. The best thing that I have going for me is we do not have any fishing pressure. Matter of fact, sometimes I come out here 3 or 4 weeks and I'm the only one out here fishing. Okay, so year after year, these fish get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you have to know how to chase crappie. They're extremely temperamental. If the wind ain't right, if the weather ain't right, sun's too hot, water's too hot, if your minnow's going too fast, if it's going too slow, sometimes they want it moving. And so what I decided to do is just to get a spider rig, as you can see right behind me, and I just try to put it in that zone and let it stay there as long as possible, so that give those crappie a chance to strike. And once they do, they're in the boat. A lot of times I throw them back because I know we got fall coming in the next 8 weeks. crappie fishing is going to pick up. As a matter of fact, I went to the minnow shop and he was like, man, you're buying crappie minnows in the dead of the summer? I said, yeah, I've been catching them all year long. So a lot of people are surprised at that. But I want to show you guys a few tips moving forward, how easy it is to catch crappie once you find them. And like I said, we're not doing large numbers. We're not doing 20, 30, 40, 50. We're doing 8, 9, and 10, and 3 or 4 or 5 of those maybe 13, 14 inches. And I know anywhere around this country, 13, 14 inch crappie is respectable. Okay, we're using minnows as I always do. This again, I'm speaking just for this lake. I found that jigs for me after the spring, the pre-spawn, after that period, I switched to minnows. One incident that happened to me about 3 years ago, I was using jigs and I was hammering them. As a matter of fact, right behind me, we call it the Beaver Dam. And all of a sudden they stopped for like 3 or 4 or 5 days. They stopped. And a buddy of mine came alongside me in his boat and he was using minnows. Pulled up right beside me and just yanking them out, yanking them out, yanking them out, yanking them out. So it's all a matter of you knowing your lake, you growing up on that lake, or you putting in a lot of hours on that lake to find out exactly what is going on. So with that being said, guys, this is my first entry. I will be making different entries and I'm going to show everybody out there the type of boat that I have, the type of rig that I have, how I fish for crappie, what type of hooks that I'm using. And again, this is good old Southern Crappie Hole. That's what we're going to call it. And I will be posting more and more YouTube videos as we move forward. But I've just had a lot of requests and I wanted to show a few people exactly how I catch these crappie.